This old Philips cassette was made around 1963, could be 1964. It's a model EL3302, and when I opened it up a bit earlier on, it was full of black goo where the belt should have been. Strange thing was, the rubber tyres on some of the pulleys and what have you, and the idlers, they were alright. It's always the way with Philips stuff. Having had a good play around for quite a while, I managed to completely clean away all the black goo, re-lubricate all the bearings and sliding assemblies inside, which probably haven't been looked at since this thing was new, I suppose. There is no eject button, you just pop the lid up and there you are. This still has the original play head in it, which is still pretty good really, and the original erase head and the original pinch roller too. Once you get them apart, they're quite simple things to work on, these oldies as well. On the side of it there's twin dials. One does your record and one does your playback volume. There's no automatic record level on here. You've got a plug there for an external speaker, which will sound much better than the one in this, which is a bit buzzy now. There is where your mic goes in, or whatever you're going to record from. And at one point you used to be able to connect power supply unit to that to power the thing from the mains via a separate adapter, which itself had a lead on it. I know the sort, I haven't got one though, I'm afraid. Runs off 5 C batteries, which were then called HP11s if I remember right. It's a long old time ago. Anyway, let's see what this thing sounds like. You notice there's no push buttons as such. Well, there is one for record, and some later ones had a button alongside for eject as well. But to start this, it's necessary to push this forward. And there on the right is the little battery gauge, which serves the VU meter when recording. Dear Susan, I know you love me so, but I want to hear it in my ear. You know I've been there, working at my craft. Had it not been, I don't expect that's the first time this thing has played that tune. See if it will record. There's no reason why it shouldn't, other than the icky sticky record playback switch syndrome that you sometimes get. The microphone I'm using, well, that's much newer obviously than the unit itself. Now to start recording, it is a bit of a farce because you have to press that while moving this forward. This is the Philips EL3302 cassette player recording. See if we're getting any input. Oh, it looks like we are. You can see the gauge flickering as I'm speaking. That's your sound level. Let's see if we've got anything actually on the tape. And stop, rewind, try again. I can't vouch for whether this will work. See if we're getting any input. Looks like we are. You see the gauge flickering as I'm speaking. That's your sound level. Let's see if we've got anything actually on the tape. Ah, well, it looks as if it does. I tell you what, I think the record level control might be scratchy. That's that one. Later ones sometimes had this blanked off, or sometimes there was a tone control there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this trip back to the 60s. And, well, as they would have said then, ta-ta for now.